Welcome to the first issue of Archie Sonic Overview. Today I'm going to go over issue 0 of the first miniseries. The first issue was released in February of 1993 and was the beginning of a more than 20-year-long comic book series. In this issue, Sonic and the rest of the Freedom Fighters are going to be introduced in this issue, as well as the main villain, Dr. Robotnik. So without further ado, let's get this started. So we start off with the cover, which is drawn by Scott Shaw. In this cover, we see Sonic running away from Robotnik. On the bottom of the page, it says, "This is it. Sonic leaps out of your Sega video game system into his very own comic book." In the insert, we see the same scene as we saw on the cover. This issue is called Don't Cry for Me, Mobius. We are introduced to our main characters, Sonic, Tails, Rotor, Sally, and Antoine, and we also see the main villain in this story, Dr. Robotnik. This story was written by Michael Gallinger and was illustrated by Scott Shaw. This is the main duo that we will see in the early comics. In this page, we see Robotnik continuing to chase Sonic, and now he's shooting muck at Sonic to try and stop him. Obviously, Sonic is too fast to be caught by the muck. Next, Sonic meets the first bandit we will meet, Caterkiller. Get it? Caterpillar and Killer mixed together? And now it's caught between Robotnik and Caterkiller. Oh no, how will he escape this time? Robotnik then shoots his muck, but then Sonic jumps and he shoots the Caterkiller instead. He then makes fun of Robotnik and runs off. We are now going to be introduced into our hero's base, Knothole. Get used to this place, as we are going to go back here a lot. Apparently, the only way to enter Knothole is through the Great Oak Slide. Huh, I wonder how they get supplies down there. Now that Sonic is in Knothole, we are properly introduced to the whole crew. Tails, who likes to idolize Sonic, Boomer, who is the mechanic, and Princess Sally, the leader of the Freedom Fighters. She gets mad at Sonic for almost leading Robotnik into Knothole, and then Tails tries to imitate Sonic's speed, but he fails miserably, and then Sally accidentally says that they all idolize him. Of course, she takes it back immediately, but the writers seem to imply that she meant it. Anyways, Sonic makes fun of her, and we introduce to our final hero, Antoine de Colette, the coward. Antoine mentions that there is a leak in Knothole and blames it on Robotnik, and everyone seems to believe him except for Sonic. This is the end for part 1. In part 2, we see Dr. Robotnik sitting at his desk, yelling about how much he hates Sonic in front of his badniks. On his desk, we see all of the evil things that he is and the things that he has done, like being a dictator and being a puppy killer. Crabmeat finds something on the spy cam. He finds real beings walking around the forest. Oh, I wonder who that could be. And Robotnik seems to be elated to hear the news. Sonic and his friends are spying on Robotropolis, trying to find out where the link is coming from. Sonic tells the gang to stay back because they may be caught by the spy cams, even though they already have. Antoine decides to go ahead and check out what's going on, but then, as the fool he is, he falls into a large puddle and Sonic laughs at him. Turns out the puddle was caused by weeping willow trees. Get it, weeping willows? These trees are sad because Robotnik has been cutting them down. Sonic helps Antoine out of the puddle. The gang is then attacked by Dr. Robotnik, who found them by the spy device that he was using earlier. Sonic and his friends run away with him, and another chase scene ensues. He cracks his usual jokes and chases him with a large ball. Fun fact, this is the same one he uses in the first boss battle of Sonic 1, and Boomer mentions that they are heading to the well. Sonic then reaches into a well, hoping to find a power ring. It takes a bit of time, but he eventually gets to the ring and uses it. He then uses it to knock back the ball and hits it back to Robotnik, killing him. Okay, he's not actually dead. He just got really hurt. This is a kid comic after all. Robotnik then flees the scene and Sonic yells, "I'll get you next time, Robotnik." The Freedom Fighters then plant more trees to replace the ones that were cut down, and that is the end of the story. The next story in this comic is called Oh No Robo No Mo Mobo. What a weird title. Anyways, this story is written and penciled by the same people as the last story, Michael Gallinger and Scott Shaw. The story takes place before Robotnik took over. We will get to that later on in the series, and it shows Sonic's Uncle Chuck and his dog, Mutsky. Anyways, Sonic goes and visits his Uncle Chuck's chili dog stand. Sonic then talks to his Uncle Chuck about how his new sneakers are holding up. Sonic then pets Mutsky and orders a chili dog. Uncle Chuck then receives a phone call for an order of a large number of chili dogs. Uncle Chuck and Sonic celebrate, claiming that they will be rich. On the other side of the panel, we see a badnik post the new rules that Dr. Robotnik put, as well as a new name, Robotropolis. Creative, I know. We then see Uncle Chuck load all the chili dogs onto a wheelbarrow. Is that even sanitary? Anyways, and Sonic runs to deliver the chili dogs. Uncle Chuck then talks about how proud of Sonic he is. Then he is arrested for indicating enjoyment. Wow, Robotnik really hates fun. Robotnik then laughs about capturing Uncle Chuck. He then finally realizes that this is a trap by Robotnik to capture and roboticize them. Sonic then comes to Robotnik's factory and remarks that they have been popping up all over the place. He also remarks about how much the place stinks. Can't imagine the smell. Then one of Robotnik's badniks come out to get the chili dogs. Sonic tells Chicken Little, very funny, that he has a $300 bill. Sonic is then told that he is getting what is coming to him. Sonic narrowly avoids the ball that is dropped on him, and then goes and checks on Uncle Chuck. I like how they added the note about how the zoom is missing. He then finds out that sadly, his Uncle Chuck has been kidnapped and that Chuck's diner is being dismantled. And that is the end of part 1. Sonic finally finds out what's going on and then immediately jumps on the SWAT bots, demanding to know what happened to Uncle Chuck and Mutsky. The SWAT bots then respond by threatening to kill him. Sonic defeats them by running around them really fast and makes a remark about the SWAT bots relaxing in a whirlpool. Sonic then finds out that the robots were built by Dr. Robotnik. Who would have thought? Anyways, Sonic runs back to the factory to confront him about his stolen uncle and dog. He then remarks about wanting to get back at Robotnik for taking Uncle Chuck, and more importantly, not paying for the chili dogs. I'm glad he got his priorities straight. Anyways, we see mysterious hands. Boy, I wonder who that could be. Sonic then jumps and gets scared, but the hands turn out to be Sally. Fun fact, this scene is later retconned because in the later issues, it is shown that Sonic knew Sally before Robotnik took over. Get used to this, as the series later retcons many things that were in the early issues. Well, anyways, Sally says that her dad, who was the king, was also kidnapped by Robotnik. Sonic then runs away, telling her that he is busy, but she trips him. Sonic then berates her for making him trip, but then she tells him that she stopped him from being caught by the Buzz Bomber. Sonic then thanks Sally for saving him, and somehow she knows where Uncle Chuck went. Okay then. And then she shows him the shortcut to Robotnik's factory, and we learn Sonic's middle name, which is Maurice. Wow, I never really thought we'd get any part of his name, but here we are. Anyways, Sonic and Sally spot Robotnik, who is giving an orientation to the soon-to-be robot slaves. Sonic wants to go in and save his folks, but Sally says that it's too late. How is it too late? I'm sure they can take him down when he's off guard. Well, maybe he would use his slaves. Anyways, Robotnik then tells the brainwashed Mobians to pledge allegiance to him, and that we say we pledge allegiance to the rest of our lives to Robotnik, and then notices Sonic and Sally have been watching him the whole time. Sonic then tries to snap Uncle Chuck out of his brainwashing, and Chuck says that he will ignore environmentalism. I guess that was part of the pledge. And then Robotnik captures Sally, and Sonic calls him a bloated industrialist. Robotnik then orders his Swapbots to catch and roboticize Sonic and Sally. Sonic then runs in a circle really fast to create a tornado, which gives them enough time to go away. Sonic then carries Sally away from the danger. She then tells him which way to go, and Sonic says that no one lives in the Great Forest. She then mentions that she has organized a group of rebels and asks Sonic to join them. Sonic then answers yes because he wants to save Uncle Chuck and Mutsky. As I said earlier, this whole story will be retconned, and that is the end of the issue. So that was the first episode of Archie Sonic Overview. Overall, even if it was basic, I think the story was pretty good. After all, the story doesn't really go anywhere until issue 18, and even then there are still stories that don't really do much until issue 25. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time, where we will go over issue 1 of the miniseries.